the story of how the Dallas Mavericks pulled off the greatest organizational finesse in modern NBA history, begins not with a triumphant victory, but with a quiet crisis. It was the summer of 2024, and the Mavericks found themselves at a crossroads with their generational superstar, Luka Doncic. For years, Luka had been the face of the franchise, a magician with the ball, capable of single-handedly winning games with his otherworldly talent. But behind the highlight reels and MVP chants, problems were brewing. The Slovenian phenom, now in his physical prime, had developed habits that worried the front office. His defensive effort waxed and waned. His conditioning, never elite to begin with, became a recurring topic in internal meetings. His general manager was genuinely concerned about the excessive amount of beer he was drinking. The most troubling aspect was that his play style clashed with the team's vision for lasting, championship-caliber basketball. Trading a player like Luka seemed out of the question. Franchise players like him simply didn't get moved in their prime. The last time something like that had happened was James Harden leaving Houston, but we all know that he eventually wanted to leave. But Dallas, led by a bold and calculating front office, saw an opportunity where others saw only risk. The trade itself sent shockwaves through the league. Luka, just 25 years old and already a perennial MVP candidate, was dealt in a blockbuster package that netted the Mavericks a haul of draft picks, young talent, and financial flexibility. Critics called it a surrender. Pundits declared the Mavericks were entering the wilderness. Fans were divided. Some outraged, others cautiously optimistic. But Dallas had a plan. Then came the 2025 NBA Draft Lottery. The Mavericks, thanks to a previous trade, had a mere 1.8% chance of landing the number one overall pick. The odds were laughably against them. Statistically, they were more likely to get struck by lightning than to win the lottery. But as the envelopes were opened and the cards revealed, the impossible happened. The Mavericks logo flashed on the screen. They had done it. Against all logic, against all probability, they had secured the top pick in what was widely considered one of the most loaded drafts in years. The prize? Cooper Flagg, a 6'9" two-way phenom, with the defensive instincts of prime Kevin Garnett and the offensive versatility of a young Paul Pierce. Flagg wasn't just the best prospect in the draft, he was the kind of franchise-altering talent that teams tank for years to acquire. And Dallas had landed him without bottoming out, without tearing their roster apart. Now, as the 2025-26 season looms, the Mavericks roster is a perfect blend of star power, youth, and flexibility. Kyrie Irving, still playing at an All-NBA level, leads the backcourt. A supporting cast of high-energy defenders and shooters surrounds him. And Cooper Flagg, the crown jewel, steps into a situation where he doesn't have to carry the burden alone. He can grow, develop, and thrive alongside established talent. The rest of the league is left wondering how Dallas pulled it off. They traded a superstar, avoided a rebuild, and landed the next face of the NBA, all in one fell swoop. It was a high-stakes gamble that required equal parts vision, audacity, and luck. And somehow, against all odds, the Mavericks made it work. In the end, this wasn't just a roster overhaul. It was a masterclass in roster construction, a lesson in how to pivot without collapsing. The Mavericks didn't just survive the post-Luka era, they set themselves up to dominate it. And the scary part? They're only getting started. For more crazy NBA stories and conspiracies, hit the like and subscribe button.